Major test. It's a major moment in the campaign. The American people are choosing a president, the hardest job in the world. Just look at how it's aged Barack Obama or George W. Bush. It breaks these people down, and voters know it. They want a healthy president, a president in rude good health. This, isn't it, will raise questions, and she will have to answer them, not just in terms of the details of her medical record, whatever the diagnosis is, but in terms of her performance on the campaign trail. She's got to look vigorous, strong, and in control.
She has to be superhuman, you mean, Terry, because people get sick all the time.
People do get sick all the time, including presidents. I covered the White House for 5.5 years. Presidents get sick. George H.W. Bush, back in the 1980s, famously threw up on the Japanese prime minister, so it happens. Nevertheless, she has had health issues in the past and has not been forthright and transparent about them.
Yeah, I wonder if that is a key issue, Terry, this issue of trustworthiness, that she came out, said she felt great, and then a few hours later that we hear she has pneumonia. So this is actually a misstep by the campaign too in terms of how they've handled it.
It is. She does not trust the media. She feels that the press has been after her for 20 years, and she's developed a fortress mentality around all kinds of issues, especially her health. When she did stumble there and was assisted into the van, the first thing that her campaign said, so she's got a little heat issue out there on the 9/11 memorial, and yet they knew she had been diagnosed with pneumonia and did not level with the American people about it. That is the kind of thing that raises questions about her trustworthiness.
Yeah, there's also questions, if you look at social media particularly, about whether there are other underlying health issues, Terry. Do you think we could see both candidates releasing their health records?
Well, I think most voters want it. These are old candidates for the presidency, in office, which has traditionally been held by people in their 50s and 60s. Hillary Clinton, 68, Donald Trump, 70. And it is, as I say, a backbreaking kind of job. People have a right to know how healthy the people are who want it. It doesn't seem like we're going to get that information, though, not in any granular detail for people to make up their minds.
We're waiting to hear from Donald Trump. He's going to give an interview this morning. But quite the tactic from him so far. Terry, he's just remained quiet on this one.
That's unusual. I can't expect it's going to last very long. He loves to throw out innuendo, throw out conspiracy theories without any grounding in fact. She's just given him a rather dramatic fact about her own health. He will stir the pot aggressively, you can bet.
I also wonder about the issue of sickness in general, Terry, in America, because people go to work often in the States when they're sick. People don't like sick people. People don't own up to being sick. It is one of those sort of workplace issues too, isn't it?
It is, Lucy. You know, we don't really take a lot of sick days. First, there's no federal labor law protecting and guaranteeing workers sick leave. A lot of states and cities have done so. But the other thing is that cultural point that you make, which is that Americans just don't like to be seen taking time off. That work ethic or whatever it is. There is certainly a culture that mitigates against people saying, you know what, I'm going to take a couple of days. And that also is something that she's wrestling with, that cultural atmosphere around taking a sick day.
Yeah, and there's still quite some weeks to go before Election Day. Do you think we'll look back and see this as just literally a stumble, Terry, or do you think this is now going to plague her for the coming weeks?
There's no question the Republicans are going to make hay of this as long as they can. She has to put it to rest by coming clean and transparent about whatever her medical situation is and has been, and she has to demonstrate vigor, strength, the kinds of things that people want to see in the leader of the United States.